Hi there, we are back. All righty. Joe Williams is here. Linda Shane will be here. I understand Buddy was out entertaining the audience earlier tonight. Yeah, Buddy. Buddy sees the cleaning lady in the hall. He stops and does a few minutes. He's genuinely a funny man. Mr. Buddy Hackett.
I see my wife redecorated for you.
Sherry's at it again, huh?
Yeah. I was over to Ed's house for dinner Saturday night.
Yeah.
I went because he said you'd be there.
Ah.
Yeah, but you wasn't there.
No.
I don't know where to send the invitation.
That's cute.
To John?
I'm in a 48 Chevy. Just throw it in the trunk. I'll drive back.
Anyway, I went there for dinner, and I saw the result of my wife's work. That she did Ed's house.
Did she do?
Yeah, decorated.
And it's magnificent, which I knew if I let her practice on my house long enough, she'd be able to do Ed's.
She's very good at that, isn't she?
Oh, she is now. It cost me everything I've earned.
Yeah.
Cost Ed most of what he's gonna earn.
That's sure. If he's still here after tonight, yes.
I just... What, did he do something wrong?
No, we get in a silly mood sometimes.
Oh, you mean because he said about where to put the invitation?
No, that
You've been doing a lot of that humor yourself,
you know? But I shouldn't do that.
Sure, because it's hard to laugh about that.
Well, you know.
It's a lot cheaper to let your wife be a decorator, I'll tell you that.
Why do we start doing the Three Stooges every time
I guess because we love it. Did I mention that I was offered the job as the third stooge once?
Were you really?
Yes.
The original ones were Moe Howard.
Yeah, Curly Howard.
Curly Howard.
And Shemp Howard.
Shemp Howard, and then later...
Larry Fine.
Larry Fine, but there was somebody before Larry Fine, wasn't there? Then after Larry Fine,
Joe
Belzer. Joe Belzer was in there for a while?
No, Besser.
Joe Besser was for a while?
Joe Besser, yeah, but what happened was... Curly was very sick, and I was working Billy Gray's bandbox, and
in the 40s, 40s, 50s?
No, it was in late 51.
Sure, yeah.
Late 51. And Jules White come in and asked me would I want to be the third stooge, and I thought about it, and I didn't think that I could take a rake in the eye, you know, and a hammer in the nose, and tongs up your nose, and when I seen him once pull your tongue with a pliers, I said, boy, you're going to miss a lot of ice cream that way.
You know, isn't it funny? In a way, it's kind of sad that they didn't really live to see the cult figures they have become in the last couple of years. You know, they're almost more popular now with the kids and in syndication on television than they were when they were alive.
My son Sandy says on midnight in Las Vegas,
yeah,
in the theater there, they have Three Stooge night.
Yeah.
And to watch it with an audience of 500-600 people who just came to see that, it's the funniest it ever been.
Yeah, you know, they were underrated because they were funny people. A lot of people, you know, got upset because of the physical stuff, and they thought kids would try to do some of that, but it was so outrageous. But they were funny. I mean, they were funny guys themselves, I think.
They sure were. They're great. I could just see their name come on. Well, I always bring you a couple new jokes, so...
Okay. Tell you what, I'm going to... I know you. Tell you what.
Woman just give birth to a head.
We got to do a commercial. Then we're coming
Didn't
back.
have no body or nothing. It was...
Do what I'm done. I want to hear it. What are you getting for my birthday?
It was a Chinese doctor.
I know you. Now, let me tell the people at home what you've done. I know you. You come out and you tell them a few little jokes ahead of time, so all you have to do is do the straight line, and they know what you're laughing at.
That's right.
So I'm going to do this first.
Okay.
We'll come back. Then we'll discuss these jokes. We are talking with Mr. Hackett, formerly of Brooklyn, New York.
I got to tell you, you know, that joke I did tell to the audience about the Chinese doctor, which of course I can't tell, but I did an HBO special.
Yeah.
And the HBO special goes on in June, and I open with that joke because wherever I appear now, everyone says, "Tell us that joke you couldn't tell on John."
Sure.
So I did that, and then I made a pilot for NBC.
Did you really?
Yes, it's about 3 hobos who live in Bel Air, and it's called There Goes the Neighborhood. And these 3 hobos have met a 4th hobo in their distant past, and he's a Howard Hughes type. They don't know, they think he's a hobo, and he dies and leaves them this mansion in Bel Air and a big business. And these bums try to join the country club, and they don't get in, just like was with me in real life. Yeah, I tried to join the country club, and Bel Air Country Club.
Yeah.
We don't call it Bel Air in the pilot. We call it Bellhaven.
Yeah.
So I tried to join. They said, they don't have Jewish members there. So I said, well, I'm half Jewish. Could I play 9 holes? And I couldn't get in.
Oh, I hope it's a hit. I hope it's a hit.
Yeah, and let's see what else. I signed a contract with the Dunes Hotel in Las Vegas.
You did, huh?
Yeah, for 3 years. They're going to have, this is the first time they're going to have, you can bet $1 million a card.
What?
$1 million a card on, what's that game with the...
Baccarat?
Baccarat. I don't know that game. They speak in French. You don't even know what the hell's going on.
Le huit.
There was Carmine and Angelo from Mulberry Street, New York, where my folks had a summer home.
Right.
And they went in to play Baccarat.
Yeah.
And the guy said, bonsoir, maintenant vous avez 2 cartes, vous avez 3, fournissez prendre notre carte, vous avez 6 pour l'émission, 8 natural. He said, what'd he say, Carmine? He said, I don't know, he took the 200. What'd you bet on? Nothing, I was waiting for change. Anyway, at the Dunes Hotel, you will be able to play $1 million a card.
Well, you're not
Baccarat.
exactly going to have a large clientele that just walks in off the street for $1 million.
They just bought the hotel for a guy named Arnold.
Yeah, $1 million a card?
Yeah, that's Arnold likes to play like that.
Are you a gambler? Would you take it? You're not that much of a gambler, are you?
I never made a bet my whole life. I never bet on anything.
Yeah.
Yeah, I once bet on a Doberman Pinscher to bite a guy.
Yeah.
And the dog surrendered.
Do you know that? Do you know the joke? I was thinking about the guy who went to heaven. Is there baseball in heaven? Would you come back and tell me? Do you know that story?
No, but I know one about is there a golf course in heaven.
Maybe it's the same thing.
And I know another great gambling story. A
Oh, go
guy
ahead.
bets football. He bets every game in the football season. He bets the playoffs. He bets the Super. He loses every bet. He doesn't win one bet. It's the end of the season. Bookmaker calls him and says, what do you want to do? He says, what do you mean? The football's over. He says, you want to bet on hockey? He says, what do I know about hockey? Two old Jews sitting on a bench like this.
Why isn't it 2 old Methodists sitting on a bench? It's always...
I never knew one. So they sit, and one starts to get up like this. Oi. Ooh, oi. Oi, oi. Ooh, oi. And the other one says, where you running?
Animal stories.
Animal story?
Animal stories.
I'll tell you an animal story. A guy puts a sign in the window, wanted, someone who can type, someone who can run a computer and is bilingual. And a dog comes in, takes the sign, and puts it down. He said, don't tell me you're applying for the job. The dog goes, "Rick." I said, well, I guess you are. Can you type? The dog just jumped up by the typewriter with his little paws. And the guy read, yes, I'm a dog, but I can type 75 words a minute. I bet there's not one mistake on this page. You're right, there is. That's terrific. Can you work a computer? Went up there, and he punched all the punch out, and there's everything about dogs on there. That's terrific. He said, are you bilingual? And the dog said, meow.
That's a wonderful story. I've never heard that.
A Jew was talking to a Chinese doctor. No, it's nothing. It's okay. No.
All right. You're not switching the other Chinese dog. Okay.
No, this is a different guy.
Okay.
This guy is out of a clean
Got
joke.
it.
All right. So he says to him, I never thought we would get along like this. The Chinese doctor said, well, why not? He said, well, Pearl Harbor? What's Pearl Harbor? I'm Chinese, not Japanese. Well, all you Orientals are like. Well, the Jews sink the Titanic. Jews sank the Titanic? He says, yeah, sure. Greenberg, Goldberg, Iceberg, all the same to me.
Okay. We're just throwing things out. I don't know why I got into animal stories. I don't know why you're funny. What was the one about the guy who went in to buy the bird? I'm drunk.
What?
The bad leg.
The guy with the bad leg?
No, the bird. I forgot.
I know
We
the
did.
bad leg is when the guy said to the waitress, do you have frog's legs? She said, no, I broke one of my heels.
Well, it's short, but that's whatever. Well, okay, we have to do this. We're going to come right back in just a moment.